Self-improvement changed my life, but nobody talks about the weird, uncomfortable, draining side of it. The part where you start outgrowing people, doubting yourself, or just feeling lonely, even though you're doing better. Let's talk about that. All right, so you guys, we're going to be talking about the dark side of bettering yourself. I just felt like this is a topic that a lot of you guys will relate to, especially if you're actively becoming a better person or becoming a better version of yourself. I have some notes here that I'm gonna follow along just to make sure I'm giving you guys the right knowledge and make sure I'm giving you guys the right advice to take. Number 1, loneliness, outgrowing old circles, or feeling misunderstood. Man, don't we all wish we can just be easily understood? But the dark side of that is that's a good thing. That means they have some work to do. Why does growth feel so isolating? The reason of this is when you start to better yourself and becoming a new version of yourself, well, your physical form didn't change. So whoever you were tied to with that old version of yourself, whether it's your old friends, family members who just not up to date, it's basically like updating your phone. A lot of people walk around with the old version of their phone, old apps, and the phone isn't even capable to handle the new apps, if you understand what I'm saying. So for example, like when I started to better myself, I was still in a toxic environment, whether it was certain people, certain individuals I was dealing with, or just my environment. I'm gonna say for my girlfriend, the person I'm still with, she has changed a whole lot. That's all I wanted from her, but she still has her problems where it's just totally a misunderstanding and she don't understand certain things. When I speak about having peace or just the obnoxious, toxic communication, or just not even understanding proper communication well, it's so aggravating when that person doesn't understand you, especially when you're speaking proper English and you're speaking in a way that they can understand you, but somehow they still don't understand you. And bro, when I say you have to have patience when it comes to certain people, and this is for my mom as well, when we were sharing certain bills, it would just be a total miscommunication because after intaking so much knowledge when it came to financial literacy, it was hard to go back and try to refer that to my mom, who's, her identity is tied to, what it's been our whole life, that same identity of just working to pay bills, living paycheck to paycheck, just struggling. And me trying to offer a new way of living, a new way of being, or just offer like, you should try a budget, or you should try using an emergency fund, or you should try paying yourself first. When you speaking in that language to someone who doesn't really understand that yet, or who hasn't really gained that knowledge yet, they're just living in their true identity, their true selves, whatever it may be, it's gonna feel like you're talking Spanish to them because they will not understand nothing you saying. And I still have arguments with my girl to this day about certain things, like with me trying to get her to properly understand, like, you cannot call my phone early in the morning, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock in the morning with your problems. And then you can't get mad at me if I don't want to hear it, or if I'm just not answering the phone, or if I'm just blocking. You gotta understand that, like, that all comes with protecting my peace. And that's the dark side of becoming yourself, becoming a better version of yourself. Because people who are still tied to you, whether it's friends, family, girlfriend, boyfriend, they will still look at the old version of you. Whether you might have put up with them, or you might have argued with them all day long and drained yourself, and then that's what they're used to. They're not used to that version of you protecting your peace and moving with intentions. I don't want to be too long. I have 4 other points to go through, but that's just to sum it up. And what I feel like you should do, really, you should always try to pass on the knowledge, yeah. But don't be so pushy about it. Like, if you see they ain't understand, even though you keep trying, they're not understanding, all right, well, you have to let them learn on their own. Continue building that version of you. If that's protecting your peace, stand on that. That's just something you have to stand on. In order for them to fall in line, eventually they'll catch on. Or if they don't catch on, then eventually they'll be removed from your life, which is not a bad thing. And I'm not saying completely removed from your life, but just boundaries. There will be certain boundaries put in place. If you don't set boundaries, then those person actions will wear off on you. That person that you fought so long to become will slowly be drained away. All because you didn't set boundaries. So the only way I would say to deal with that is the loneliness and just feeling misunderstood is just creating boundaries. Point number 2, identity confusion. Old you versus new you, feeling lost between the new you and the old you. And you just start to ask yourself, who are you becoming? This is normal, especially when you are en route of change. When you're in the process of changing yourself, you're gonna have that doubt, you're gonna have those visions, you're just gonna look back like, it's gonna be kind of hard for you to choose between the two. Like when you wake up day to day, like the new version of you might be waking up at 5 a.m., getting a quick 25-30 minute workout in, then heading to work, eating your breakfast, you know, doing the positive thing, right? But the old you wants to sleep in to about 6:30, 7 o'clock, just get up in the morning and go to work. And sometimes you could get in that boat of where it's like, I don't want to show up for this version of this guy today. I just want to be what it's been. And it's easy to fall into that boat. You just have to be aware. Honestly, that's all it is. You have to be aware of yourself, of the old person that you're trying to change, and be aware of the person that you're trying to become. Define the difference between the two. And once you define the difference between the two, move forward. Never move backwards to the old you, because that's all it is. There will be certain habits still tied to us. Like if you're a smoker, of course change that. But I mean, if you smoke and you're still able to get things done, you're still able to be that new version of you, okay, do that. Don't be so hard on yourself. Give yourself gratitude, but also realize in areas that you still need to work on and still change. That's all it is when it comes to identity confusion. And that shows up a lot when you're taking on new endeavors or your new goals, things like that. Maybe you might be starting a YouTube channel and you never put your face on the internet once before in your life. That's where that confusion will start to come in. And all it is this identity confusion. Whoever you want to be, you can be it. Whatever actions that train never lets me be great at all. You guys probably know that by now. That's all it is, gang. Be aware of who you're becoming and follow that person. Number 3, pressure and overthinking. When you're in that lifestyle of just improving yourself, bettering yourself, adding on great new habits, or just removing old habits. And once you're in that phase of doing good, you've been showing up to the gym, you've been reading your books, you've been practicing your financial literacy, you've been using your budget, you just been showing up for yourself in great ways, positive ways, becoming a new version of yourself, right? When you're doing that, you start feeling guilty for even just resting. Like you start to feel like you have to be going 24/7. You have to always be moving. You have to stay busy. And bro, that's just all that is just staying busy. You might not even be doing you might not even be doing anything productive. You're just busy. Which that is just a call for drain out. That is a call for you just being drained. That's all it is. Being busy isn't being productive. You might feel like just because you done came home from work and you chose to sit down and watch an hour of Netflix, and you start to be hard on yourself, like, why am I doing this? Like, I should be doing something active. It's sunny outside. I should be outside playing. Which, I mean, of course, I mean, there's always times where you can be doing something productive. But, I mean, there's nothing wrong with choosing rest. Never feel guilty for resting or doing something that you like to do. When you already completed all your to-do list, you done did everything productive you can do. You done created your YouTube videos. You done worked out. You done took care of all your business, read your book. Bro, be easy on yourself. If you want to play that game for an hour, go play that game for an hour. You done took care of your business. Go do that. As long as you don't have anything else important waiting to do, then go do that. If you want to go outside, go hoop, go do that, bro. If you want to get on your phone, just scroll for an hour, do that. If you want to watch YouTube videos, do that. Don't be so hard on yourself when you're becoming a new version. Because all that being busy all the time, all that is just toxic productivity. That's all it is. You're just being busy just to say you're in motion. It's okay to be winning at the same time. It's okay to rest while you're winning, bro. It's okay to take a break. It's okay. Just don't stop doing that. Just don't stop improving yourself. That's all it is. 4, comparison trap. Watching others win faster. In reality, bro, nobody is winning faster. They're just giving their fruits of their labor. That's all it is. And they're just promoting that. What you see on social media isn't an everyday thing. You see people going on trips, buying crazy expensive things, signing leases on cars, whatever it may be. I seen someone on my Facebook page who recently signed for a car, right? But what a lot of people don't mention is the hardship that people go through. They don't see that. People don't post that. And one thing that this one guy did post, he posted him signing a new car, right? But previous months before that, he was posting what was going on with him. He was having kidney failure. He was in the hospital. He couldn't. He's his own business owner. He couldn't work for himself and cook and make plates how he do for the whole city. He just couldn't do it. And all I was seeing on social media was him, complaining, but being transparent about his situation. Which I don't see nothing wrong with that. You're just recording what's going on in your daily life. Nothing wrong with that. Then fast forward months later, I see him. He wrote like a huge paragraph of him signing a car, him being blessed with a car, him being able to get out of the hospital and get back to work and being a healthy individual. That's people go through the same thing that you go through. When another man is winning, another man is suffering. But like I say, all great men suffer. All great men once suffered. No matter who they were, all great men once suffered. And it's only just their time to suffer. But once it's not their time to suffer anymore, they will shine brighter than any star. It's just the universal law of life. You'll win, you'll lose, you'll be down, you'll be up. There's ups, there's downs. So left, so right. So within, so without. That's all it is, gang. Stop feeling behind despite the progress you put in. And number 5, the hidden truth of all of this that's going to tie all of this together. Growth is uncomfortable. That's just what it is. Changes disrupt your current life. All in all, discomfort equals progress. When you're doing something new that you're not used to, whether that's working out or reading, it's going to be very uncomfortable at first. You just have to put in those reps. Let's say you set out, you want to start reading 10 pages a day out of a book. You want to read a certain amount of books in a year. So you have to read 10 pages. You always start small, but don't overdo yourself, and don't underplay yourself. If you understand what I'm saying, don't lowball yourself. If you can read 5 pages, don't choose just 2 pages, bro. Read 5 pages. But once you start to read those 10 pages, it might be hard. That first day might be hard. But you might get to page 9 and just feel so burnt out, or you feel like you can't read anymore. And you might stop. And that's okay. You just have to be easy on yourself. You just starting something new. That's a new change. That's a positive habit. It's going to feel weird at first. The growth is going to feel weird. But let's say you're a week in already. You're a week in, bro. That 10 pages a day is something easy now. By day 5, bro, you might not even be reading 10 pages no more. You might end up reading 12 pages just because it feels so easy to you, and then you're eager to know more. That's all it is. And if you're in this phase, gang, you're not crazy. Normalize this struggle and encourage persistence. Keep going, keep showing progress, keep showing up, and you'll always win. And we'll be back with another one tomorrow. Peace out.